Welcome, everybody, back to another exciting session of Wrath and Glory. Gentlemen, who wants that extra wrath? Who wants the 6 wrath? Nobody.
I was barely mentally present last time. I was very sick. I'm not the guy this time around. Just putting that out there.
The All-Father's happy to do the recap and get some ruin.
I'll give it a go.
I very much did it last time.
All right.
Heads up.
Okay. So we enter the Hive City, described as ants pushing along the cogs in the machine, and lovely description of the Imperial citizens of Tora Armus. As we enter to the hab blocks, Argenta notices a tent.
Mm-hmm.
We enter the small canvas tent to find a sister hospitaller seeing to the local populace. Argenta offers to help. As she's helping, Paul's sat outside twiddling his thumbs, having a good old
Keeping
mosey.
watch.
Yeah, keeping watch for all of the danger that could be happening outside of the tent. Unbeknownst to him, danger is about to happen inside of the tent as Argenta manages to, as she's helping 2 individual patients, one a guy whose face is being mauled up and the other a child. She thought it best to help the child first, sucks out what turned out to not be venom, but actually a little nurgling demon outside of this kid, which then grew into a much bigger demon that we had to slay. Argenta picks up the kid, runs out the tent, and Gerhardt makes short work of the demon. Argenta gets hit a few times, and I think Paul doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't set off any perils of the warp, which is a bonus. It's always a win.
He is
Use your
control
faith to
of
not be
his
hit
faculties.
once
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, I did get hit once because he went for me like
That was a choice.
no. It was I ran out of faith. I ran
Did
out
you?
of faith.
Oh, fucking hell. You
it's
actually
like,
spaffed it all.
yeah. It's because it's I get 2 hits and I'm good. But he went for 3 is the magic number. And 3 is also the magic number with chaos, but this doesn't. We may have found a little chaos inside this child, but we didn't find much else after some interrogation. She revealed that there was some people that are helping the local populace in abandoned warehouses by giving them food, but she wouldn't offer much else information. By the time Argenta sees to the other patient, he's dead. He's very dead. Just pools of blood, and his face is a chopped up mess. As the hospitaller is doing some distracting of the other patients, Gerhardt does a Batman and just picks up the corpse and disappears outside of the tent.
I'm Batman.
Yep. Argenta and the hospitaller shortly followed. They do an autopsy on the corpse. They find that there's lots of slashes, but don't look like they could like several slashes, but in one movement. So some kind of claw, could be some form of Xenos. Ones that we might not have come across. Could be an orc because they use claws. Could be anything. We found, though, that the body was also well nourished, which was very unusual, and most importantly, bold, which is one of the telltale signs that they were one of the refugees from Enoch. We then enter into the hab block. We meet
Beneska.
Beneska. So I'm scrolling down. Beneska, big muscle lady, and we begin a conversation with her. She reveals Chagrin's a pretty good leader. He's not pushing everyone too hard. She thinks she would probably push people a bit harder. She notices the skinheads are disappearing. She doesn't know, there could be any number of reasons. It's a big city. There's a big conflict just happening, but not entirely sure from that. There's been no screening of the refugees, so God knows what's come through the net. And yeah, that's about it. Have I missed anything else?
Yeah, I mean, you met it with Beneska. You went into her sort of office type area, just a bit of a small section. She gave you a bit of a rundown of what's been happening recently. You had the conversation about the refugees, and we finished on she was going to tell you some rumors.
Yes, that was it. I guess the only other bit is that Enoch people are bold and very religious still. The local populace of Toramus are messy, long-haired, dirty, and fucked up and deadly eyed.
There's a
also kind of
general
like
rule.
starved.
Yeah.
There's a general rule of thumb, kind of like there's the people who've come from Enoch, and then there's people who've either been surviving a siege, living under the rule of Nurgle and all the rest. So yeah, there's a disparity between the civilian population.
But even amongst the people from Enoch, it seems like there's like two groups of people. There's the famished people, and then there's the well-fed people. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think.
Who knows?
The fat baldies.
Yeah.
Maybe you're calling me a fat baldy again.
I think our Vox beads have been tapped.
The damn archdeacon. The archdeacon, he's always breathing down my ear.
You know, the archdeacon sounds like a really fat Emperor Palpatine. You know what I mean?
Do it.
Does anyone else get?
Do it, Anakin. I'll become more powerful than you'll ever imagine.
Right?
A lot of spit, Emperor.
Who knows? I mean, you've not even met the guy yet. Maybe he's
what if he's been a psyker all this time?
Could be. There's a lot of psychers in Gilead. We're that close to the Cicatrix Maledictum. A lot of psyker shit going on.
What?
Wow, if he hasn't revealed it, that's a purging.
What? How
And he wears
conflicted
a
is
chapel as a necklace,
He does.
or a
God,
gorget,
yeah.
whatever you call it.
Yeah, he does.
What are the chaos psycho abilities? Do we have tickle fingers in this game?
Tickle fingers. I'm sure we can get some tickle fingers.
As in force lightning. For some reason I call it tickle fingers.
Smites.
Oh, wow.
A little bit force lightning.
God, his face looks like someone jammed their thumb a little too deep into his ear hole.
Yeah. He's brilliant.
God, what a specimen, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's one of
my favorite.
He's
His voice is awesome.
one of the Circlet Council as well.
Very powerful man, very influential.
Yep, it's true. So, well done, Ed. You should now have 6 wrath. You do have 6 wrath.
So much Wrath Machine.
Wrath Machine. So, you all get taken into the Overseer's office. You have these conversations around her. I'm just gonna go for. What am I gonna go for? you'd go into the office with the overseer Beneska, who, of course, is the person that Lord Jegrin has asked you to go seek out, give you a bit of guidance as to what might be going on, because you are trying to find out where all the missing people are going. And we finished with she was about to tell you some rumors. So she sits down, looks at the three of you and says, well, rumors is all I've got, right? Being the overseer, people don't always tell me the truth. A lot of people, they think I'm gonna chuck them in front of a firing line if they're being too honest with me, but I've overheard a few things. Some of the workers, they was talking about some sort of meeting. Can't remember what they were called. They was said it was a meeting of the young doomers. Something like that. Youth.
The doomed youth.
Yeah, it might have been that actually. Well, anyway, they said.
Wait, does Gerhard know this? He mixed up with my other character.
We've been given that name in these characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
you
did
have.
On
You
might be referencing the doomed youth.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, this is actually what Archdeacon mentioned to us when we were speaking to him.
And that, yes,
He
and
was
that.
concerned about the doomed youth.
What are these? What are they?
Fanatics. Youth. Fools. The ignorant.
Fanatics still. I thought the gravediggers got rid of them all in the bloody siege.
Like rats. Hard to exterminate. Fully.
Well, I suppose with the size of the city, there's plenty of places for them to hide. They should send the gravediggers out and actually get rid of them. Send the men into the sewers, drive them out. Why do we have a penal legion if they're not working for us?
Why, indeed. You wouldn't
Causing
happen
all
to
these
know-
issues.
You wouldn't happen to know or overhear some of the workers saying where this meeting might be taking place?
I wish I could tell you, Commissar, I really do. But I don't. They can't be meeting in any of the up and running manufactorums. Can't be. Those places are going full blast, full throttle. You know, we've got quotas to fill. So it'll have to be one of the more bombed out ones. Somewhere a bit quieter, where people aren't. Because otherwise we'd be all over them. Can't have fanatics doing this to people. Well, they say they're handing out rations, but... Well, they said they're handing out rations and healing people. Looking after them, but... Where are they getting the food from? You know, we're struggling as well. We're trying to make the rations go as far as we can. We've even started having to cut the food pouches with bone meal just to pad it out. Little trick, I know, but it helps fill the belly. Anyway, well, when I heard them talking, I started walking over. They shut right up and ran for it. It was these Enochian lot, shaved heads, so who knows where they've gone now. Sorry, Lord, you wanted to say something?
Something you just mentioned. People were afraid to speak around you. We often get the same reception. Commissar, Palatine, and a brother of the Absolvers. I would like to extend to you the same grace. Not that you have not been honest with us, but you may speak freely and as yourself. I don't want you to feel like you must hush your tongue in order to appease our ears. I would like to hear it straight and as messy as you've got it. If you've not done so already. That is my courtesy.
I do appreciate that, I do. And look, I don't want you to think harshly on these lot. Okay? They're having a hard time of it. I've heard some of the stories coming out of Enoch. They've struggled. They've really struggled. They weren't fed well out there. And we ain't got much here either. And they've probably been, some of them have been forced here. And now they've got to work. And not only got to work, it's hard labour. We're doing everything we can, but I can't judge them for it. If you're starving and someone's giving you food, I mean, we did try. Well, I say try. Apparently the city, Toramus, it had been stockpiling grain coming over from Ostia for months before the siege. We was hoping we could have used some of that. By the time the city was retaken, the whole silo was moulded over. The whole thing. The stench of it. God. Grown. Well, of course, the brass ordered it immediate destruction. They didn't want to risk any contamination, infecting the populace again. But then you've got hungry people who are seeing all of that food being burned. Surprised we didn't have riots then.
It would have been poison. Not food anymore.
Well, Lord Jigrin chose us for a specific purpose, not simply due to familiarity. But he understands that we are here to try preserve life and save lives, save people. I think he chose us because he knew we are not just looking for a way to an end or to simply bring the manufactorums back online, but to try save as many lives as possible. So, I understand people act out of survival. And you'll do anything to survive. I do not begrudge these people for it. But the ones who will pay, and we will save who we can on the way.
I appreciate that, thank you. I do. But, sister, you must have spent some time on Enoch. I know that's where the other sisters are. Do you know anything about these refugees?
Enoch. It depends where they're coming from. It's in quite a tumultuous state at the moment, depending on the region that they're coming from. The hive cities are strapped for food. There are Xenos attacks from the likes of orcs. There are heretics in certain areas. I guess it depends where the actual refugees are coming from. If they're, I guess, the one thing that I do know amongst all of them is if they're from Enoch, they should be somewhat resolute in faith. From my time there, unfortunately, a lot of people who went on pilgrimages to Enoch were stranded there. And then there was also a rather... we had an issue one time with us being transported from Enoch to another planet where there was I couldn't identify what the Xenos were, but there was some kind of infection amongst the populace, which leads me to believe if they infected the population on the ship, I can only imagine how deep it must go in terms of Enoch.
Sounds similar, doesn't it, sister?
Yes.
Very similar.
Yes. Unfortunately, it seems that my fellow members of the Imperium on Enoch have delivered some ne'er-do-wells to this planet. Ones that we might be...
The problem is, they were fairly competent warriors as well, if this is the exact same issue. In fact, they were competent enough that they had to send us, a strike team, out to cut them out of the ship. The general forces and the RBTs within the ship couldn't keep up with the attack.
That sounds terrified. You think they might have come here? To this city?
Maybe. Maybe.
It's... Right, how much would Argenta know about orcs and her brief time with the... Because the only thing she knows about the Jakari, from what I've seen, is that they torture people.
Yeah, I mean, Jakari, you've seen that they tortured people on Ostia. Orcs, you've had run-ins with orcs, so it's...
And one Eldari, right?
Yeah.
You've seen one Eldari, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, I mean, what do you want to know?
No, I don't want to get anything from it. I was just...
Everything.
I just want to make sure that I'm not Ed metagaming from what he knows. I'm just trying to confirm this is what I think Argenta knows.
Edda Gaming.
I mean, from your
Edda Gaming.
From your backstory, you've obviously had run-ins with the Runus powers.
Yeah.
You didn't mention anything about fighting specific Xenos demons, anything like that in your backstory, but you certainly fought with the heretics or had run-ins with the heretics when they burned down the church. And then the stuff that you've done within this setting. You'd have met the orcs, you'd have understood kind of how they act. You've met the Jakari, you've seen that they torch people and some of the weapons they use. So, you know stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so she's just going to say, the pointy-eared foul Xenos we met, the scars I found on the victim, the wounds could be somewhat similar, but the victim seemed far too well looked after. They would take much more enjoyment of them being in more pain and perhaps starving. And the orcs that we met, well, I don't think they'd be intelligent enough to come up with a plan as dastardly as this.
You've come against the Greenskins.
A few of them just killed
Quite a few.
And lived.
On Enoch, as it happens.
Yes.
Greenskins on Enoch.
We had to...
Yep.
We had to rout out a chapel.
Indeed.
Yes, quite a few of them. At least, couple of score? At least a few dozen.
Yes.
More, actually.
I heard that they were the size of 3 men stacked on top of each other.
I guess some of them could have been. There was a great variation in them, from what I saw, from those that we fought.
Some smaller, some around my size. They are formidably... Their physicality is formidable. But they bleed and die all the same.
She once again kind of like looks through the blinds of the window to make sure nobody's listening in. I appreciate your honesty, but we need to keep a clear head of these lot. We can't start a panic. Do you think it could be one of them? You don't think greenskins have come in and started attacking people? Do you think, should we be getting the gravediggers in?
Well,
No.
no. And
No.
if this was orcs, you'd be riling them up.
The reason why we've been sent here and not to the gravediggers, this requires a bit of subtlety. Once the gravediggers come in, all subtlety is lost. All planning, all the ability to take our enemy off their heels, gone. The gravediggers are a hammer in which an anvil strikes. This requires a little bit of a more subtle touch.
I agree. It's like a tinderbox here. People are they're scared. And when people get scared, they do stupid things, don't they? And some of them, they lived through the siege. They saw, well, things. I heard there was the dead walking around the city.
They could have just been unclean folk. Best not to think about it.
You're right. You're right. It won't do for unclean thoughts. But well, so I overheard them talking about it anyway. You two okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, good man.
Children. Well, something else has happened weird recently. Something at the old recycler plant. Lord Jedgrin, he wanted it up and running quick sharp. Give the city a place to send up the rubbish. Turn it into something, what useful. Well, we sent a shift in to get it cleaned up nicely. After a few of those cogboys adepts went in to appease the machine spirit. Boys left them to it. You know how those clankers can get with their secrets and ointments and machinations and that lot. But when they went back in to check on them, all the adepts and the serfs they had with them had gone. Like they'd vanished into thin air. No one's seen them since. Jedgrin was mighty pissed about it, I tell you.
Sorry, did you say all of them went, or just the adepts?
The adepts and the serfs they had with them, that were helping carrying the incense and stuff.
All of
about
them.
About four of them disappeared.
Where did they disappear?
From inside the recycler plant.
Is there any small arms fire or any kind of struggle? Or have they just simply just vanished?
Honestly, Lord, they just vanished. We didn't see any shooting. No casings. Not that they had weapons on them that I know about. Nothing.
And none of these missing people, none of them have returned. Not even one?
We haven't seen hide nor hair of them. Of course, the cog boys, they stand out a bit more, you know, with all the points to Paul's kind of cranial augmetics going on, you know. And of course, the red robes, the incense, the chanting. Don't know how they'd have got out of there. But we don't know where they're gone.
Might be worth starting out looking around at the places of the disappearances. Maybe do a bit of a recon. Stake out the place, see if there's any repetitions or anything that comes across as a bit nefarious. I mean, we don't really have much else to go on, do we?
Or if they've left something
We
behind.
have the... Maybe. Yeah. Other than that, we don't know where they are, so we can only go to the last place they were.
Yeah. Either that, or we go and check out some of these abandoned and ruined manufactorums. The places they were rumored to be meeting.
As every part
That as well.
does want to purge possible heretics, but if we know people are directly went missing in the recycler plant, should that not be the first place to check? We are looking for missing people.
My worry with the recycler plant is a more nefarious one. What if whoever went missing was either pushed into the recycler or ended their lives early?
We might be able to get that information if we investigate. We have two possible leads, right?
Hypothesizing only. No hard evidence.
We've got two options, right? We could see where these people went missing, exactly where, or we could go to the meeting place that has been talked about with these Enochian folk. Did they say, or did you hear what kind of time or date this meeting was supposed to be?
I'm sorry, my lord. As I said, when I approached the citizens about it, they just ran off. It was clearly something they thought they'd get in trouble over if I heard them.
I suppose it is a strong lead, as he kind of looks at Paul and Agenta. The disappearances, where they actually disappeared from, will always be there, right? These are fixed locations. They are permanent. They have permanency. This meeting may be temporary, and it may not happen again. We could always check out to see what we can find with this meeting of these Enochian bold folk. And then maybe, if we cannot find enough information from there, we can start looking at the sites where people have gone missing. What do you say?
Well, you don't need to convince me to find some possible heretics to purge.
Cool.
I think it's a good lead. I wonder if I could impersonate someone from Enoch and see if they can take me to wherever the meeting place is happening.
Would have to shave your head.
You won't need to.
Yes,
If you recall, I did do a very good job of impersonating Lord Van Statten.
Oh, you can impersonate hair loss as well. It is a mighty fine trick.
my lord, I think that the hair's the least impressive part of the transformation.
I think a little bit of James, who has no hair, is coming up in Gerhardt right now. It's quite amazing.
He
I'm bleeding
transformed his
through.
whole face. And his voice. What do you mean he can change his hair? He could do that anyway, without...
Paul is channeling the pure essence of chaos gods to have a haircut.
They beat man hairdressers these days. They can't.
just shrinks away.
It all falls out.
Man, I can't go to hairdressers these days. Have you seen what they're asking for in brass? Sometimes it's an arm and a leg.
Well, I suppose if you can impersonate one of them, then we could watch from afar, or at least I can try get close and see what I can see, and Agenta can stay very, very, very far away because she is very incredibly loud.
Yes, and my heavy bolter has an incredibly long range.
You could impersonate them, I'll stay close, just in case something goes down. Magenta, once again, can stay far, with Bolter trained, to make sure that you're not in the firing line, so to speak.
Just give me a signal if you need backup. Something will, I don't know, banana hammock or...
Consuela.
Consuela.
Friends, Phoebe quote. I like it. Nice.
Pulling out all the hard stops.
Nice.
There may be a more effective way of trying to find out where the next meeting place is, or at least learning something more about it. They may not necessarily
No,
be
it's a good idea.
Yeah, they may not be so candid with us the way
No,
we
no,
are
no.
right now.
No, you bring up a great point. You have a skill set that none of us can replicate. And it does get your foot through the door quite well. Trust is the main thing. Authority they are scared of. And let's be honest. Look at us. We're not going to get many answers from those who fear to see the very threads we wear. No, Paul, that is a great idea.
Question. I'm trying just to understand the shape flash ability. I'm assuming, but I could be wrong, that when it says I assume the appearance of any individual roughly equivalent mass to myself, it does not include my clothing.
I was
Or
just
does it?
about to ask that.
It's not gonna shape your clothing. No.
Right.
No, it's
So we need
biomancy, not textile skills.
Textile man.
Textile mancy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Paul, does it this you don't transform your clothes, do you?
Nah, I'm afraid not. We're gonna have to see if we can procure some similar rags.
You wouldn't happen to have
Vanessa-
any rebel brown clothes, would you, Benesca?
I was about to ask the same.
I mean, we've got some jumpsuits that we give out to the new refugees. One size fits all.
That will do.
This is the second time I've said this to you, Paul, but strip.
In this case, I would appreciate if you were to look the other way, Argenta.
I will this time.
I will not. I'm just kidding.
Cannot make you. Cool. I may have to give you my flak jacket to hold on to for me. I suspect that'll be a bit funny looking through the jumpsuit.
Round slower.
That is what that is, right?
Who is going to carry it? I don't quite
Black
have a
armor, that's the
backpack.
one.
Vanessa, do you have a satchel or what do you call it? Like a
Duffel bag.
duffel bag? A tote bag? Do they have the tote bags in the 40k universe?
Or is that too technologically advanced?
I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but I'm not a general goods store. I'm an overseer. I'm happy to shove your clothes in the locker and keep them safe.
That may have to do for now. No, that will leave me slightly vulnerable. But hopefully we won't be necessarily needing it immediately. And we'll have some other ways of protecting
I've
myself.
seen you
if
turn
need be.
yourself into stone. I think you should be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think.
Let's see what we can do.
Armor anyway.
So, I guess I'm going to activate my shape flesh ability.
Okay, that's something you can do.
I'm gonna run 25 meters away.
Are you just doing that now?
I could do.
Okay.
Presumably, it's just the four of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she shut the blinds.
Yeah. Just a forewarning there, Benesta. This may look a little bit odd, but I will be trying to assume the appearance of one of the Enochians.
I mean, I thought it was quite odd that you got my name wrong, if I'm honest, but appreciate the
Is
heads
that
up.
not her name, Benesca?
Benesca. That's not what you said.
What did I say? Oh,
No, Paul, wait.
Benera?
I meant. In my mind, I thought I said Benesca.
It's fine. I wasn't sure if Paul was just like gaslighting or something.
It is Benesca, right?
Benesca, yeah. Benesca.
Benesca, yeah. Gerhard holds up his gauntlet hand. No, Paul, wait. Stop.
Huh? All right. No, I'm hanging fire.
Not here. We are in a cantina, full of civilians. I have seen when your powers go awry, and it sucks the very life force out of everything around. Agenta and I can take it. These people, you could kill them outright if anything goes wrong.
You raise a good point. I was perhaps too eager in my Bad plan. If you've got a spare
Too
jumpsuit, then
dangerous.
Benesca, I will take it from you now. I will promise to return it later. In as good a condition as I can keep it in.
No offense, Commissar, but you can keep the jumpsuit. We've got quite a few. Sure, one going missing's not going to cause any problems.
All right. Then I will take it off your hands for now.
Overseer. Oh, sorry.
You go. It's fine.
It was
Mine can wait.
going to be a stupid question, but
So is mine.
Well, all right. Let's out
There is
stupid each other. Fight.
Do you have bin bags? It's just because we walk past like a bit where people are like, I presume, like drinking stuff. Like a
No,
bar
let's
has-
face it. There's probably a bin servitor.
Yeah,
Bin bags.
that's what I mean. I'm just like, do bin bags exist?
I
It feels like such a
I've
weird
I've
question to
read
ask.
quite a few 40k novels, and I'm not gonna lie, it's never come up.
They never mentioned
Is it
this.
weird that?
Never come up. I suppose what are you trying to? Are you just looking for something that you can put stuff in
Sure.
and carry?
Yeah, pretty much.
The Loot Goblin is strong in this one.
Either that, or I'm just gonna carry his clothes.
I mean,
fine.
sure. She kind of looks at you warily and well, I mean, will this do? And she just hands over a medium-sized plastic bag of not thin plastic, but it's not particularly thick.
Plastique. Perfect.
Yeah, roll me a influence test, DN20 for that.
It's
Yes,
wild you have to
James.
roll influence for that, and I don't for the jumpsuit.
For the jumpsuit, yeah.
Okay. I am going to try something.
Okay.
I'm gonna try create something.
Oh.
So after we kind of speak, or while Agenta's framing her question, and Paul and Agenta and Benesca are talking, Gerhardt starts getting to work on his eviscerator. He is clearing the guts and demon crap out of his eviscerator.
Oh.
Making sure it's in working order, because he did fight a demon, he did clean it in half, and partly doing practice one of your traditions or rituals of your chapter. I'm going to try add something to see if you let it float.
Okay.
So, as I'm cleaning out the eviscerator, cleaning out the fleshy bits, the chunks, I kneel, right leg knelt, like being knighted.
Mm-hmm.
With my Astartes knife, I pull it out from the hip, and I say these words as my hand traces over the eviscerator blade, and the Astartes combat knife traces over his hand, sluicing a cut into Gerhardt's palm. Blood starts to trickle over the eviscerator, the very blood from his veins. As he says this, he says, "By the Emperor's light, courage be my shield, duty my armor, purity my blade." As his own blood infuses and sanctifies his blade. Now, as he does this, the tradition that I'd like to create for the Absolvers,
Mm-hmm.
if you would allow it, is we share the blood of Sanguinius.
Mm-hmm.
We are his children.
Mhm.
We have his blood, and he is our holy angel. And by spilling our blood on our own weapons, we sanctify them with his spirit and his strength and his will to do what's right and to wield the very weapons to protect those, just like how he died, protecting others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice tradition. And is certainly in keeping with Blood Angels. I'm not going to say that it's going to bestow any kind of special thing for the weapon. If
flavor.
If you were
Not
to
looking
do
for
it
anything.
with, Sanguinius' actual blood or, that kind of thing, then 100% that would be more than just flavor. But yeah, I think that's a nice tradition. Roll me your choice, either tech or weapons skill. It's going to be...
With intelligence, right?
Yes, yeah.
So it's not straight weapon skill, it's like weapon skill with intelligence?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So that's 4 plus 4, so that's 8, right? Yeah.
It should be
That's how
4
that
plus
works, right?
5. Should be 4 plus 5. Because you've got a 5
Oh,
weapon skill.
right. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9. Yep. Oh, no, I changed the DN because I'm a twat. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9, not 12. And here we go.
Nice. Meets beats.
I am 100% going to use I'm going to use a Wrath. I'm going to use a Wrath.
Okay.
Ooh,
For this kind of thing.
interesting.
It is... I'm sanctifying my weapon. Not much more out of it.
Did it do anything? I haven't seen it done anything.
I don't see anything rerolled.
Oh, yeah. I didn't either. I saw... Wait, what am I looking at? Oh, okay. I think I was rolling the wrong one. Let me try that again.
Hey.
There we go.
Ooh, there we go.
8 with 1 shift.
Better result.
Good choice.
Higher quality.
Good choice. You perform this ritual as the others are doing their own investigative work with Benesca. You take out this eviscerator, bearing in mind you are in a fairly small office of essentially a civilian who's slightly more impressive than a normal civilian. This eviscerator almost fills the space. It's 2 meter wide, 2 meter weapon. You pull this thing out, and you can see Benesca kind of looking over Paul and Argenta's shoulder as you're doing this. And just as you begin to pull demon flesh from the eviscerator, Argenta's powerful frame just
2 meters is so far.
moves into her eye line, and she avoids seeing this corrupted material, and she avoids having to roll a test.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. Good to know.
2 meters is so far.
Would you say I practice one of my traditions or rituals of my chapter that I created on the spot?
I would. You have 5 wrath.
Yay.
Hooray!
Huzzah!
Wop wop.
Nice. So this is going on. Anything else you want to ask Benesca specifically in this room, or anything else?
Benesca, do you happen to have a vox speed or frequency by which we could contact you if we need?
I'm sorry, Commissar. Not the kind of thing they give to us lowly overseers. More,
no
more
worries.
military thing, you
Wor-
see.
No worries. It's worth asking. You never know what could be found, especially in a city that was so previously devastated by combat. He sort of gives her a knowing look.
Quite.
Gerhardt picks his helmet up off the table, and as he's placing it over his long blonde locks, he looks at Beneska and he says, "Remember, everything we said here today is not to leave this room. Secrecy allows us to move through to do our duty, unabated.
Of course. I wouldn't let the Emperor's secrets want for anybody. They're safe with me. As long as I
Somewhere,
can.
somehow, an Inquisitor feels good about themselves.
Exactly. Argenta.
Can I see if she's lying?
Hmm.
An Inquisitor
How are
feels
you?
even better now.
How are you attempting to find out if she's lying? You've known the woman for best part of half an hour.
Any bodily ticks? I'm not going to use the faith thing. I don't want to paralyze this woman. No, I'm not doing that. No holy piety stuff. But she's just gonna see if she's like any nervous.
Would it be? I always get this one mixed up. Would it be insight or investigation? Let's have a look.
Sight? Because I thought investigation's like looking for clues and then.
I mean, arguably staring at someone's
Behavior.
face is looking for clues, but insight would be being able to figure out what those clues mean. Where is it? Come on. Why is this not jumping out at me? 119. Right. Insight, your ability to pick up social cues from others to discern their motivations. It is insight. Hit me up with a insight then. It's going to be DN3. She's a civilian.
On the money.
Right on the money. You stare into her soul. She's telling the truth. She is a God-fearing civilian of the
Muscle
Imperial cult. She is a muscle mummy. She's not trying to hide anything. She is being sincere. I suppose with your critical, I would say that you discern concern. You discern concern from her face. You see she clearly cares about her workforce. She's more worried about you talking about pointing bolters at them than anything else.
I picked up on that earlier. That's why I was like, we're being chosen because we save lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She wouldn't note. She's staring, but she's got a helmet on. As she's like, when she goes, "We'll do whatever we can to maintain the peace," and then walks out.
Nice. Well, so she goes to the door, opens it, and steps out into the corridor and says, "Well, look, you know where I am if you ever need me. I'm going to be around the ad blocks. I'm going to be sorting the people out. But certainly later on at night, you'll always find me back in the office. A lot of paperwork for the administratum, trying to get all the manufactorums up and running. And as you leave the overseas quarters, you're once again hit with this wash of humid stench, the humid, sweaty solvents, pungent incense. It all kind of hits you, dazzling your senses. And you begin to hear heavy footsteps treading down the hall with a mechanic clang. As the noise gets louder, it turns a corner and you see a fabrication servitor. Its right arm replaced with a welding torch, and two lidless eyes stare straight past you.
I hate that.
Haha. As it begins walking towards you, Benesca turns to you three and says, things give me the creeps. I don't mind the ones from Evacuous, but these new ones, why did they have to remove the eyelids? As she kind of shudders a little bit.
Where are these ones coming from? Paul would say quietly to Benesca.
Well, what I hear, you know that rogue trader who brought the fleet in, brought all the food. Apparently, he's got a big manufactorum on one of his ships. All the servitors that come from his ship, all of them got no eyelids.
Could I please use, I'm going to use a scan. Haven't used this in a while. Fellas. I would like to Auspex, and I'd like to go into what exactly I can do. It's being a bit gay. Activate as a combat action to detect any energy emissions, motion, and other life signs. So I'd like to scan it for energy emissions. I'm trying to figure out where it's got the most activity electronically. So realistically, what I'm trying to do is figure out whether the eyes, the reason why the eyelids have been taken off is because they're constant, they're cameras and surveillance. And with no eyelids, you see all the time.
Oh, I see.
All seen
I see.
Forever.
I wouldn't allow an Auspex to be that precise. This is more, an Auspex scanner. It's more about life signs, bringing up blips, dots, kind of like a UAV kind of scenario going on. Like that kind of diagnostic
It's not so
approach.
fine-tuned.
That's more of like a Mechanicus diagnostic, more in tuned kind of thing. But certainly,
Got you.
as you stare at this servitor stepping down the hall towards you, it clearly still has wet human eyes.
Okay. So they're not they haven't been replaced with cybernetic. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Nothing about the eyes specifically screams cybernetic or augmetic.
Okay. Cool artwork, by the way. That's really cool.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's really creepy.
I like
Yeah, very creepy.
But that's what you see stepping towards you with its lidless eyes. It keeps stepping towards you and just goes straight past you, turning a corner and stepping away.
Well, thank you for the information, Benesca. But I suppose we need to make a move on what you've just told us and find this meeting place. Paul will lead us on this and hopefully get us what we need to know to get us to the next impasse so we can find out where these people have gone missing. We will keep you updated as best we can, but without any Vox bead or any communique, we'll just have to do so in person. So, with a bit of luck, next time you see us, we might have solved this issue.
I appreciate that, Lord. It's kind of you to want to keep me in the loop of this. And, well, the Emperor go with you. I'm sure people like yourselves will be able to solve this.
Just keep yourself and yours safe. Eyes open at all times. Just bear in mind what I told you. I don't know if this Xenos menace has made its way here, but if it has, just second guess what you see sometimes if it seems too strange.
I will do. I will. And she, sign of the Aquilas to you all, and steps back into her office. Quarters.
Right, Paul, let's get you clear of people and get you to lose all your hair.
Yeah, alright. I'm just going to keep an eye open and just sort of eavesdrop a little bit, see if I can sample some people's voices. And then we'll see if we can find a quiet spot. So as we
I'll meet you out the
Paul,
front.
Yeah. So as we're walking, Paul is just going to sort of amble a little bit and just try and eavesdrop to like the odd conversation here and there, just to sort of get an idea for various different people, different Enochian appearances and voices by which I can emulate.
Enochian.
Yeah.
Enochian. Right, so.
A person from Enoch.
Person from Enoch. Sure. You tread back through the hab block. Its prefabricated nature makes it almost like a warren of a maze that you need to retrace your steps. But retrace your steps you do. You pass by a multitude of different individuals, shaved heads, haired heads, some fat, some thin, going through the hab blocks, seeing those telltale incense burners, passing back through the what I suppose would be called like a general room or the social room where you first came across Benesca. As you do so, it's a busy, bustling apartment of emotions. You've got families in silent tears, fearing for their future here on Gilead Primus, having spent time, or most of their time, in Enoch. You come across some people more jovial, passing jokes, laughing. A lot of the laughter tends to quickly die off as they see and hear the heavy tread of the power armor walking past. But it quickly picks back up again, as humor is a good self-defense from the pains of reality. But is there something specific you're trying to go for there, Simon?
So I think I've decided that I'm probably going to emulate an appearance of one of the bold and skinny Enoch fellows.
Okay.
My plan is to appear desperate for nourishment, and so perhaps if I seek out fellow Enochians that are well fed, I can maybe sort of see if they are willing to extend an olive branch to a fellow suffering Enochian.
Sure. Okay. What are you gonna do in terms of where are you trying to? So, you know that you're in a sector of Toramus. You've got the busy hab blocks, the manufactorum. People are being flooded in, millions of refugees being flooded in to feed the engine. What kind of distance are you trying to get? You know, you're really going to struggle to find somewhere where there's nobody. But what kind of are you trying to be like 30 meters away from everybody, 10 meters away from everybody? What's your thought process?
Yeah, no, 30 meters by the time I activate Shape Flesh, I'm trying to be sort of, I guess, behind some barrels somewhere out of sight as much as I can be. But also in general, 30 meters sounds about right away from the general mass populace. Because I don't want perils to effectively kill everyone. So like I'm doing my recon now. I've kind of selected the kind of person I'm going to emulate. Then I meet up with Gerhardt on the outside of the hab block, and we find as empty a place as we can somewhere.
Yeah. 30 meters is going to be tricky.
Well, as large an open space as possible.
Could Gerhardt do a little bit of a scout out to try, if this is a check or if there's anything that could be done that Gerhardt could help to scout out to see if 30 meters could be clear?
Sure.
Because obviously he realizes the danger.
Someone give me investigation.
Can I help?
This feels like the kind of thing that multiple people could scout out, so sure.
My investigation is a solid 4 without anything else.
Mine is also a 4, but I have a +1 that I can give you if I help.
So
I've got a +1 as well. Ooh, I can make it into a +3 by spaffing a faith.
Spaffing a faith.
Spaffing a faith.
So who's doing what?
Up to you guys. I guess I'm doing the investigation, right? Me running around, so I suppose it's me, core. Yeah.
It's
up to you guys how you do it.
I'll give him +3. Ooh. Let me have a look at my stats. What could I do to add? Leadership?
No, I'm not having fishing on this. I've asked for an investigation roll.
Okay. Investigation, but I'm gonna use by his will. So I'm gonna use 1.
Could you
fate
describe how your by this will is going to improve the investigation?
Oh, here we go.
So as she goes, you know what would really help in this moment, my lord? And she just starts reading off of him, and she just starts going into a sermon. But as she's saying it, some of the things that are coming up in the sermon are actually relevant to what he's actually looking for. So it's actually helping him investigate. And you must investigate thoroughly, and by looking through the deepest, darkest, emptiest regions of the soul, may you find their holy Emperor's light. And only the Emperor's light can be found within the darkest of caverns, but also within the slight dark alleyways, the one that's just down there.
I like it.
Nice.
Okay. So, Gerhardt, you've got investigation with a +4, and it's going to be a DN5 investigation, please.
Okay, so it's dice pool 8, DN5. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh no!
That's not passed yet.
Spaffing a raff!
Come on.
That's a pass.
Fucking go.
That's a
Just
pass.
That'll do.
Roll complication, or have you got something cooked?
So Gerhard, you scout out in this bustling center of the manufactorum sector. You manage to find a manufactorum that has essentially been bombed out. It's not been able to be brought back online. It would take a huge amount of Adeptus Mechanicus input to just excavate some of the machinery. It's a large empty, well, not empty, but a large blasted out warehouse at this point. How do you relay that back to Paul? Are you all going together to this place? Are you just sending Paul off on his own? What's he doing?
So, unless I'm confused. I thought I was looking around.
Yeah,
to
and you
find
found a place
for Paul to. Okay, cool. So I'd be looking by myself. Being a space marine, being stealthy, it's my jam. I go around, I scout. I'm a scout.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it's my origins. So I kind of like. I think I found a pretty secluded area.
As you get on the Vox, you're inside the blasted out manufactorum. You hear from all around you. You've strayed quite far off the beaten path. No sudden movements now, boys. As from behind the rubble, you see some gangers appear, pointing weapons at you. They all have... you've seen...
Just me?
Yes, because you said you've buggered off and scouted. You see on their persons, they've got the telltale red bird of the carrion gang. Similar things that you saw when you first met Lord Jegrin on the bridge outside Chemplant 54? Chemplant 5? They're pointing weapons at you. A few
I see
of
this,
them,
right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're talking to you. They've said this to you. Some of them have got basic auto guns, but one of them is carrying a rather battered-looking plasma rifle. As you see appearing out from the rubble, around about 5 people. No sudden movements now. What are you doing here?
Gerhard straightens. And his hand slowly presses from the side of his helmet. I don't even know if he needs to do that. But it's almost like how Professor Xavier touches the side of his head. I don't even know if he needs to do that, but it looks cool, right?
And it's all about looking cool.
Oh yeah, completely.
It's all about looking cool, right? So what Gerhard's going to do is he's going to leave his comms open though.
Ooh.
He puts his hand down by his hip. I know who you are. I've seen your kind before. You have caught me in a good mood. I have no wish to kill you. Or no wish to fight you, maim you, and leave you mutilated, regretting the day that you met me. I have no wish to do any of those things. My wish is to go on about my business as I once was, and to leave you going about yours, unmaimed, unmutilated. You have 3 seconds to comply, or both things shall happen to you.
Give me... I want to see an intimidation.
Spoken with such certainty.
Gonna be against their resolve.
Sucks, my intimidation's not that great, but whatever.
Can I?
Oh, what?
You-
No, like, but what?
Well, how are you gonna
How?
help?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, I know. I stopped myself before I finished the word.
Can I help?
I went.
Can I help? Right. So it'll
Great
just
call on leaving the
be
box speed line open, though.
you got to beat a 1.
Ooh, okay, good luck.
Oh, DN1. I have a dice pool of 5.
Oh,
Ah.
fucking A. Oh, God. Damn it,
Well-
Jake.
Well,
Okay.
interesting.
Right.
That's 2 in a row. Let's see if we can beat that record.
Oh,
So-
it's one of those games again.
It's
Mm-hmm.
turned into one of those games. So let me just do something here. Let me set something up quickly.
You're gonna set Gerhardt up with one of their sisters.
I am. How did you know? How did you know? Stop
Ooh.
reading my notes.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. They're on the public
Dun,
OneNote.
dun, dun, dun. He's just a wrath machine. Dun, 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 dun.
Right. I'm
That's
gonna.
his theme tune.
Yeah.
I just need to quickly set up.
I too am a cool guy.
Go to the loo.
So meanwhile, I've got my communique open to
Yeah.
Ginties and Paulies.
Plasma.
Ah, would have been so cool if I hadn't complicated.
It would have been. It would have been so cool, but you complicated, and that sucks. But it
But I
happens.
pass, but I complicate. So how does
You
that
pass,
work?
but you can't.
Right?
Well,
so
you're
technically,
going to find
yeah.
out. You're going to find out as soon as I
I got a feeling.
do this thing that I didn't realize was going to happen. So I'm trying to put it together on the fly. Is it that? No. I don't want to put the wrong one on and
Ooh.
fuck everything up.
This is a good time for me go to get another Scotch whiskey.
Whiskey.
Tom, I figured out the ish.
Okay.
It wasn't. I got confused because you didn't add my leadership. You did add all of the other ones except the one leadership.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've got that sorted out.
Because the weapon skill is at 3, the scholar is at 4,
Yeah.
and the leadership is currently at 2.
Right, there it is. It's not
What's going
called
on?
a
What have I
plasma.
missed?
Sorry, I couldn't find the thing that I needed to find because the naming of it was weird. Okay, we found it. We've also found out what was wrong with Argenta, which is awesome.
Oh, that's exciting.
So I'm glad we've now got that
What is wrong
sorted.
with Argenta?
Well,
He
What,
did change it.
what
The only
personality?
bit that hadn't changed was the leadership. And I was like, but the leadership hasn't changed, which means everything else mustn't have changed. And
Yeah.
then I went
I
back
hadn't
onto
done
my-
everything. I'd got to 80% and gave up.
Fucking half job. I'll take that
Um,
back. Please don't kill us all.
No, you're dying now. That's it.
They
Done.
all have rocket launchers.
They all
Dodge
have.
this asshole.
They have 5 rocket launchers. There's 4 of them. They've got 5 rocket launchers, 12 grenades, and one of them's got a heavy flamer.
Ah!
Right, we have the scene set up. So, Gerhardt, you have found this abandoned, bombed out manufactorum. You've gone to radio in, Vox in with the other 2. But just as you go to do so, you've taken a knee, and you hear these gangers, the carrying gang, have caught you slightly unawares. But as you raise up from one knee, and your stature goes from that of a human to clearly that of an Astartes, and you give this very threatening response of what they should do or die, you see the 4 humans around you. They begin to physically tremble. They are enamored, inawed by your Astartes presence. And just as the fingers begin to tremble and you hear the metallic clanging, the man with the plasma gun lets loose by accident as the men around him begin to run. Free action what?
I'll pull up my blade. Probably if he's shooting at me.
Nice.
Or reaction, depending on whatever you think is more appropriate.
Either one works.
If he's shooting at me.
Either one works. Okay. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. Oh, the shot. He's not even aiming this thing. This is a hair trigger response. As he's already been pointing it at you, you can see he's trembling at him. The men begin to run away from him as they begin to scarper. Oh, the gun goes off. The shot goes wide overhead. Yes, Gerhardt.
Why is my defense so low?
Because it's a plasma gun and you can't deflect plasma guns.
Yes, I can.
It's flamer and plasma, isn't it?
No, just flamer. And blast.
Is it flamer and blast? Blade Master, deflect.
Plasma's
shot.
fine, bruv. Plasma's fine,
area
mate.
of effect. Area of effect, Gem. Oh, well, either way, it
Flamer.
doesn't hit. The shot goes wide and you see the humans scarpering off. Do you do anything in response?
Can I flavor it that he shoots it at me and I casually deflect it off?
Sure, go for it.
So very quickly comes out of the hip holster. Lightning crackles as the blue hum fills the area, the blue light against his red and white armor. And the bolt flies off, and Gerhardt's helmeted head cocks to the side and he goes, "Really?"
You see the back of these men. They're already sprinting away from you. Do you chase them down? Do you gun them? Or do you leave them?
Bigger fish to fry.
Wonderful.
Clomp, 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 clomp. I try. I heard the blast, Lord. What's going on?
I came across some of those red bird carrion gang. Remember the ones that were throwing the fruit in Lord Jagrin's sector through the cracks in the roofs?
I remember them. They're still around.
Evidently. They were obviously looking for scraps or something to steal. I don't think they quite realized who I was. One of them nervously shot at me. An itchy trigger finger. Not worth our time taking down such scraps.
No. Well, I guess if we get a moment, we should call that in to the grave diggers. Let them know they're still here.
However, I believe I have found you a secluded space. There is now but you, me, Argenta, and potentially some scraps laying around, but there is no innocence. Any Red Carrion Grang that would be around your powers that to succumb would be not a loss I would mourn.
Yeah, this looks like as good a place as any. All right, let's. And he sort of cracks his neck a little bit and his fingers as he stretches a moment. Let's get the show on the road.
Here we go.
Shock, 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 please.
All right, and then I go to shape flesh.
As you
Sharp
open
flesh.
your mind to the warp, can you roll me a willpower test, please?
Oh,
What's happening? What's happening?
interesting.
Who
Okay.
knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
HP shenanigans! HP shenanigans!
Is there a DN I'm meeting, or you just want me to roll and see what happens?
It's a DM4, please.
Okay,
That's not bad.
that's not bad.
That's so doable.
I've got a
Yeah.
dice pool of 8.
Yeah, what, and 5 fucking wrath? Which you'll
Which
need.
I'm going to use, yes.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
Which I'm glad I did.
Nice. Yeah. You open your
No
mind.
chefs.
You
Yeah,
open
I
your
know.
mind to the warp to draw upon your powers. And as you do so, for a split second, you have a unusual sense of unquenchable hunger. But like the beating of a heart, it lasts not even a second.
Fractionally.
Fractionally.
Look at this Ed expression
What's
that
that?
I am
I
being.
think I know what it is, but Argenta.
Argenta definitely. Argenta doesn't even have this ability to know. Like, Paul's not saying anything.
Eda Gaming.
Don't make me put you in secrets to tell you fun things.
Well,
So that happens. But other than
So that
that, you can roll your ability.
well, let's see if this momentarily distracts Paul.
Who knows?
Let's see what the dice tell. Yep, he's momentarily distracted. It's a good thing we, yeah.
Brilliant.
How many shifts have I got? Ooh, two shifts.
shifts,
That'll be
yeah.
good. I'm gonna put them into potency. And then shift for +1 bonus die to deception tests.
Nice.
I
nice.
knew we should do this away from people.
I know.
Yep.
What's he gonna get?
All right. I would say apply shape flesh, but that just gives me the harden ability,
Dude.
so I'm not going to click on that.
If it's the shock thing.
Barrows. Oh no, this one might be okay.
Ah,
Oh,
That's the best one.
You see.
that is the best one. That one's nothing. That's nothing.
You see no notable difference, seeing as this is a bombed-out manufactorum with no lights.
just a guy in the background, like, the lights have gone.
On a estranged Vox frequency, you hear someone just go, "Hey, stop fucking about with the lights, will you?"
Cool.
Bob, you're such a cunt.
So, in a few moments, within a few blinks of an eye, Paul's hair shrinks back into his scalp. He looks gaunt, as if he's not had a decent meal in a very long time. His complexion shifts to be that of one of the devout yet starving people from Enoch that we've passed by. Yet he's still in his commissar's hat and black armor.
Yeah, the black trench coat hangs loosely off your gaunt frame.
Do you think you could get away with the lie that you stole a commissar's clothing? I mean, what is more believable? That a commissar turned himself forcibly into one of these plebeians that walk this area, or that one of them had stolen a commissar's armor?
Ooh, I want to see him strip. Come on.
I don't think either story is favorable. If people think I stole the armor of a commissar, I think that would be death straight away.
Well, we do have some spare clothing given us from Benesca, so...
Yeah. All right. And he takes off his hat, takes off the flak armor, leaving him with... He's not going to go naked. It's just like the bulky flak armor on the outside. And instead just puts the overalls above the rest of his clothes. He still, has trousers and shoes and shit.
Well, that was fairly disappointing.
How much of that flesh can you shape?
Yes.
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
Fucking
Rhetorical question. I do not want to know.
So yeah, let me go into my gear then. Where is my flak armor? I shall unequip it.
I have given you a jumpsuit in your armor.
And I shall put that on.
Yeah, so Paul, you strip down into your skivvies and put on this jumpsuit. It's standard issue, mass produced. The textile of it is scratchy and itchy. Nothing like the strong, thick, velvety feeling that you would get with materials from the commissariat. But it's functional. Keeps you warm, keeps you covered up. And you merge into this, well, for all intents and purposes, an Enochian refugee.
He sort of scratches at himself a little bit, but then stops relatively quickly. It's not dissimilar to the stuff that we were given at the Scholastica. I may not have worn anything like this in a while, but I'll get used to it.
How long can you hold such a form?
As long as I need. As long as I don't break my concentration.
Well, you know my motto. Let us not waste time when we could be at action. So, let's get you into position. I will be close by. I'll be in the shadows, close to you, just in case you need immediate help. Agenta, once again, will stay a fair shake away. Her armor is
loud.
Robust, but loud.
Yes. Signal the Vox, and I shall be there. Well, I won't, but my bolter will be there in a moment.
Good plan. Let's move out to this meeting area.
Let's have a look and see if we can't find any well-fed Enochians.
Wait, hold on. Bounce that Enochian accent against and see if you've got that down packed. We need you to blend in.
Yeah. So Tom, what's the kind of like Enochian accents that you've been going for so far? Remind me.
There is no Enochian accent as such. So you guys don't
play. Yeah.
You guys don't necessarily know this, but essentially Enoch is, well, it's a shrine world, it's a pilgrim world. So you've got people from all, not even all corners of the sector, all corners of the galaxy. You know, you've got people who've traveled into the Gilead system from Holy Terror, who've been visiting the shrines of Enoch, who've then been trapped in the system. So literally, the actual accent, it could be anything, literally anything.
Cool.
Sound peasanty.
But so, you know, Argenta has spent time on Enoch and would know that kind of stuff.
All right. So he's gonna have to sound very hungry. Sorry, sir. Have you got any more? Really hungry.
Please, sir, I want some more.
I hear there's food going round. You wouldn't happen to spare any for a fellow Enochian?
You sound weak. Pathetic. That will do.
Thanks, sir.
Just
You look the
right
part, you sound the part.
Let's see if we can't find any well-fed ones then.
Right, so this is the plan, though. We get you into position, and I will be very close by. I'm talking... If I can find a good location to stay hidden, I will be within a few steps of you. If anything to go wrong. Okay?
But won't your presence tip him off?
I can stay quite hidden when I choose to.
Oh yeah, that's right. May as well call you Twinkle Toes at this point, sir.
It is something that has been ascribed to me once or twice before. I have no aversion to it, for it is true.
Okay.
So, what's your next move?
Paul's going to wander around. He's going to look like a fairly aimless yet starving Enochian. And if people come to him, then great. If in our travels we manage to spot a group of Enochians that don't seem to be as starving huddled together, Paul's going to approach them.
So you're in this complex web of a sector with multiple different buildings, lots of places. Are you just wandering about outside? Are you wandering about in the Habs? James has got a question.
I guess in the Habs.
Not a question, statement. We're going to... we're going to... what we said before, we're going to the reclamation area. Is it reclamation? I have to look at my notes. Recycling. We're going to the meeting point. We're going to the meeting point that has been
You don't know the meeting point.
Yeah, we don't know the meeting point. It's one of the abandoned things. The recycling place.
We're going to one of those.
Benesca assumes that they are in one of the abandoned manufactorums, but you are stood in an abandoned manufactorum.
Well, that would be...
That'd be ironic, isn't it? Yeah. So she's assuming that they're in an abandoned manufactorum just because they're away from prying eyes and not being used. But other than that, we'd no idea.
Okay, even better. It's just occurred to me that out of all these abandoned buildings, and there seems to be many as we walk through the city, they could be in any one of them, right? But your current form affords us something very, very spectacular. You are to be as you are, remaining weak and vulnerable. We will walk through the city in these places where people have been taken to see if you will also be taken. Let yourself be taken, and I will follow close.
You are the proverbial cheese to the mousetrap, Commissar Paul. A tasty morsel of cheese.
If you would, obviously I can't force you to do it, Commissar, but you are in a mighty fine position to do so.
That's a good idea. If it gets me closer to food, then I'll go for it. Keeping the character going.
I do like how you sell it. I will be very close by in the shadows, as always.
He sort of gives a weak thumbs up.
And I will be somewhere between 50, as she's looking at her measurements arrive, somewhere between 54 meters away.
54
So that's the new plan.
Sure,
We're going to go around the places where people have been taken.
So the only
We're going
place
to walk from A to B to C.
The only place you've specifically been told that people have gone missing from is the recycler plants.
We'll go there then, and then see if there's any manufactorums nearby. But we'll check the recycling first.
Chuck a stone and you'll find a manufactorum.
Yeah. Why don't we go to the recycling plant
Good place to go,
some
then.
abandoned manufactorums? We'll just go through as
Yeah,
many
yeah,
as
we
possible
walk-
on the way there. And
we
if we
walk
get
the
picked up on
complex.
the way, great. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to follow Paul using terrain. I'm going max stealth on this thing. Gerhard is going as inner scout. He is finding every nook, every cranny, every shadow that he could slink his way through.
I hope your dice tell the same story.
Yeah.
But 100% this is something where you can use the terrain for your stealth check. The Torah Armus has not been cleared of debris. There is still plenty of rubble and ruin about. Show me that dice score, stealth score.
No DN, just rolling, right?
It's a stealth score, isn't it? So hit it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's 3 in a row. 3 in a row. We're getting there.
That's a good dice score.
That's a really good dice score. There's 3 shifts.
Not
as
bad,
well.
though.
It's a good dice score. It's a good dice score.
Okay.
You've got 4 wrath.
Rolls well, but fucking
Wrath.
ruins every time.
It's bittersweet,
That's a
isn't it?
12 on a dice score,
Woo!
but also gets a complication.
Wonder what that could
Okay, so
I'm going to-
go on.
So, I'm going to do this,
Okay,
and
talk to me.
I'm going to shift 1.
Okay, so it goes from 12 to 10.
Yeah. So I'm going to shift 1, and as I do, because this is from experience, by the way. Gerhard's done this before. He's had this issue before. As he's sneaking around, he has also got his hands on his shit. So he's
Can't use that as a complication now for this time, can we?
Oh, Jay, Gearhart, I'm sorry to tell you, you left your eviscerator back in that abandoned manufactorum. It just slipped off your back. Damn it! I was holding my power sword.
So I'm trying to burn at least a shift to say as he's crawling around, he knows fucking swords and grenades and all sorts of shit knocks against shit. He constantly, as you crouch and as you get through corners, you hold your sword against yourself, and as you get through small little ruined areas, you stretch through, but you've also got your blade on your back to make sure it doesn't clip off the maglock.
Nice. Yeah,
that's my better result.
You do that. I have no issues with you doing that.
Oh, thank fuck. Be as it you were.
I'm not gonna steal a ship from you, all right? I'm not gonna steal a ship. But as you are commando crawling through the manufactorums, in my head, I imagine you're like doing the Crunk from Emperor's Kronk, where he's like like he's doing the sneaky action movie music, and you're like like doing all this. Anyway, as you're crawling through the manufactorum, being as stealthy as you can be and doing a very good job of it, you reach forward, kind of going through a smaller crevice, and as your hand reaches forward, it places against something wet and sticky.
Ugh.
You reach back and your gauntleted fist is covered in half-dried blood. You look down and see the body of a human. A gaunt-haired human in civilian clothing. Their body is slightly torched and burnt. A leg has been completely blown off. It looks like it's been lying there for a long, long time. And as you stare at your gauntleted hand and look down at the face of the civilian, the face contorts slightly and moves as you see its mouth just saying,
"This isn't you, Gearhart. Charge into battle, rip their throat out, ruin them, run the streets with blood."
And inside his helmet, there's this teeth going. The call to violence, especially when it comes to, I know what this voice is playing on, but I can't help it. The teeth, they pop out.
Yeah. Yeah, you feel that urge, that sense of bloodlust running through your veins. Your heart, they begin to beat faster as your muscles tense, preparing for a fight.
And I hear that voice in my head too, right?
You hear the voice in your head. You hear the voice in your head, but you see the face of this civilian. It's the mouth says the words, but it comes from your head, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But as you blink and regain your senses, it is just a dead, decaying corpse.
Garrett kind of shakes his head in his helmet, and in his mind, he doesn't speak it out loud, but he goes, "Another life lost to chaos." Another life I could not save.
But
And
you
tries to crawl
do,
past.
you do carefully and considerably stealth through the sector. We will, because we've not split the party, but we've got a kind of a split going on. So Gearhart is stealthing, kind of going through the broken manufactorums, trying to avoid being seen by the procession of shift workers who will stick to the streets. They're not going to be going through the manufactorums. They'll stick to the streets and they'll be going in and out of the running buildings. It's quite easy to tell a building that is being in use because the lights will be on. There'll be smog coming from the chimneys. The sound of industry will be ever present. So
main MO is keeping Paul in my vision at all times.
Okay. So you'll be doing
That's what he's
that.
trying to do. It is stealth.
Yeah.
That's the ideal. That's what he's trying to do.
Okay. So you do that. Paul will go to you. So what are you doing as you're heading towards, heading into the sector, really?
So Paul is in his jumpsuit.
You're
He's gonna
leading
try
the
and
charge, aren't you, sir?
He's leading the charge. So I'm basically going to go in through every abandoned manufactorum as possible, seemingly on his own as a lone Enochian that's kind of wandering, head down in a kind of like a shuffling, slow, pained gait that someone might be in if they're like starving. You're not exactly rushing around, etc., because you haven't got a lot of energy. So that's kind of the visual appearance that Paul is displaying while he's wandering from place to place. Occasionally he'll look out. He might even call out meekly as he's going through these manufactorums, going, "Anyone there? I hear there's food. Please." And to that effect, as he's wandering slowly over to the recycling center.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. Argenta, you're holding back 54 meters.
I'm way far back and just every minute or so, she's just boxing and whispering over to Gerhardt, just status on where he is, and just following Gerhardt's orders of she's far distance, but she's letting Gerhardt be the eyes. Yeah.
I think we'll have to be
Nothing on ground floor.
We'll have to be fairly realistic about, we can say that we want to always have somebody in our sights, and we can say that we want to always have a 54 meter gap.
I won't do 50,
but what I'm saying, I'm not like picking out on anybody there, but like you've got people going in and out of things. There's corridors, there's roads, there's a whole it's a city, there's a whole movement of things.
It's going to be it's going to be it's 54 meters plus or minus a factor.
Yeah, and I get where we're coming on from that, but just obviously, if you're in a bell tower of a bird's nest, like if he then moves off and gone, you're gonna have to go down that bell tower and find some other tall building or whatever it is. But
so
you go through
intention versus practicality.
Yeah. But you go
so
through
this is the intention and this is the practicality.
Yeah. You go through this process of working through the manufactorums. You see the ebb and flow of these workers coming to and from their shifts. How are you finding the recycler plant, Paul?
Did we get a vague direction as to where it was?
Nobody asked. No.
We should have asked.
Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
In that case, I suppose we're sort of blindly going via manufactorums. So, in that case, a question.
Yes.
Would these characters, I guess in this case particularly Paul, would he know if there's So the Empire, in its infinite wisdom, tends to sort of reuse assets and designs where possible, I imagine. So a manufactorum will probably look like very similar to another manufactorum of a similar ilk. A recycling plant probably has certain aspects to its building or to its chimneys or to its plumage that might be common to a recycling plant. Would Paul be able to recognize that if he were to sort of look around or look at the buildingscape or at the smoke that's being poured out of various buildings, or is there a particular scent associated with it that he could try and follow? Or are there signposts?
How many times in Paul's 54 years of existence, how many times has he been to a recycler plant?
Okay.
As a sanctioned psyker from Holy Terror.
So here's my answer to you. As a sanctioned
Fish.
No. In the Scholastica Psychana, there's a low survival rate as people go through that process.
Mm-hmm.
Is there feasibly a chance that he will have been commanded to take some of the bodies either to an incinerator or to a recycling plant?
No.
As part of that process.
That wouldn't be something.
That's the only stretch that I could feasibly think about.
That's like a servitor type job.
That's a servitor job, yeah. Okay.
No, that's not something you'd do. I mean, I'm happy to.
Going even further back, he was part of an agri world,
which wouldn't usually have manufacturums on it. But I do like the idea of smell. So you're using you're using your nose. All that you know about this this recycling facility is that they tried to get it up and running and failed.
Okay.
So we're going to fail on that. Have you considered asking somebody?
Yeah. Just talk to people.
That was eventually going to be my list of things. Like,
we've gone like there's like A to B, and we've gone like A Z back around.
So my brain doesn't necessarily think linearly, but I was eventually getting what I said. Or are there like signposts? And the next thing after that was going to be.
You did say signposts.
I suppose I'll ask some people.
You did say signposts. I mean, certainly not necessarily signposts, but the buildings might have on them the names of the manufacturums. As you're, going through the streets, you are seeing signs like Kappa 8. Beta 397. These are Mechanicus buildings, so they're giving them structured names type things. So that wander around long enough, and I'm sure you'll find something.
Yeah. Otherwise, in the meantime, let's throw in some role play. You might eventually approach some people in between some of the abandoned manufactorums and just say, excuse me.
Hang on. So you going through the manufacturums, and then you will
I'm back on the main streets or something.
Coming back to the main streets, and you're back to seeing this ebb and flow of the shift workers. So these are people in their jumpsuits who are similarly dressed to you.
Yeah, I'll go up to one of them and say, excuse me. Where's the recycling plant?
God, you look terrible. What happened to you?
They ran out of food in my district, in my hablock. Some of the people have been taken away. A friend of mine, I think. They're long since dead, but I might be able to get some of the things that they were wearing at the recycling plant. Where's the nearest one?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I did hear the rumours about the recycler plant. Nasty business. Well, some people say they just ran away and didn't want the hassle of dealing with it, but it's weird of the cog boys to do it. They like tinkering with stuff. Recycler plant, head up this street. Keep going. It'll be the 4th building on your left. But They usually got people stood outside it. Are you sure they're going to let you in?
Emperor willing, maybe they'll have a change of heart. Maybe this time he'll provide.
Well, make sure they don't think you're running off, trying to skip out on your shift and your duty. They shoot people for less. We've all got to chuck in and do our bit. It's going to be sweat and toil that gets Toramas back on the street, on its feet.
Of course, I still have half an hour of my 2 hours of rest.
They put you on extra sleep rations. That's good of them.
I assumed 2 hours in a 24-hour period was harsh, but there we go.
No, I'm being silly. But yeah,
It's definitely not 7 hours though.
no, it's not 7 hours.
No.
We're not on Ostia. Ostia was, I think, what did they have on Ostia? Was it about 4 hours sleep? 4 hours sleep, 6
Lovely.
hours, 4 hours sleep, 4 hours prayer, and the rest was working.
Unbelievable. That sucks.
But yes, so you now have directions to the recycler plant.
Hooray!
Well done.
So now I'm going to go through more manufactorums on the way in that direction.
Sure, yeah. You keep heading into them. You enter these manufacturers. Some of them, the doors are blasted in, rubbled, empty things. The sound of your meek voice echoes around the empty halls. But nothing responds to you.
Gay.
Gay. Super gay.
Oh God, I swear I saw him smell the air before he went to talk to that person. Paul was saying he was going to find the place by smelling it.
You know,
That
is
was
there
a
a particular
get-out
sense
moving heart.
associated with like a recycling center or something?
Well, the thing is, if it was operational, like burning plastic, it has. I get where you're coming from, but you were specifically told that it's not operational.
Yeah.
So you're smelling stuff that isn't even on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
No,
like a
fair.
Astartes kind of senses there, Paul.
Does Paul have a box?
I think we do. He has a bead, right? You're a commissar. You have to have a bead.
I don't think we ever established that he did.
I thought you got the bead from the corpse of one of my novitiates. 'Cause I
He
had a
doesn't
spare bead.
have one on his, but that
I don't have one
sounds
on my character
plausible.
sheet. Let's put it that way.
Because one of my novitiates, I gave them my vox bead because I've got a vox caster.
Why does it sound like that was a thing?
That
Do I
sounds like
want
it
it
was
to
a
be
thing.
a thing? Am I gaslighting myself into a positive? Or I feel like that was a thing.
Roll me a
I
d6,
can't
Simon.
remember. Rolling a d6.
Yeah, you got a
That's
box
a
bead.
3. Oh,
Fucking
amazing.
A! You swiped it off the lovely corpse.
Yeah, you stole it from the blasted corpse of the devotee as a vox bead magically
Oh,
appears
nice.
in your ear.
That roll had the brutal trait, and I'm liking that. At 3 and onwards.
Ah, nice.
I mean, brutal emotional damage.
A
for
fucking
Argenta.
vox bead brutally injects into your
Jams
roll.
into your ear, yeah. if you'd rolled a 1 or a 2, I wasn't going to give it to you.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay, that was pretty good chances.
That
so
was
thank you.
good
It
odds. That was
very-
good odds.
Very merciful. The
Yeah,
Emperor has indeed provided.
I am not that mean.
I've seen better odds and I've seen worse results.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so you have directions. I imagine you're all heading over there. Again, at the minute we're kind of all spread out, so we're gonna have Paul, I guess, entering from the street as you follow the directions of this man similarly dressed to you. You turn the corner and head down the street, seeing the manufactorums working as they do, and then outside of the 4th building down the street, You see a few. Would you know what this is? You see a couple of gravediggers outside the door. They are dressed in the Astra Militarum uniform of the Imperial Guard. They have lasguns holstered on their shoulders, and they are gently smoking a low stick shared between each other.
But this is the recycling center that we have been seeking out.
This is the directions that you followed, yeah.
Okay. And they're just kind of like standing guard.
They're just not.
They're just kind of standing.
They're standing there. They're clearly on guard, but they're not exactly doing a great job of it. They're more chatting and smoking.
Well, I'm just going to act normal, I guess, and continue shambling in that direction, and just see if they stop me as I nonchalantly try and walk past them into the space.
Sure, you nonchalantly walk up towards them, and as they hear the sounds of your shambling feet, one of them puts his hand out towards you and says, "No further, mate. No further."
And I make the appearance of someone sort of surprised by being touched. Sorry, I wasn't concentrating. Where am I?
Toramus, mate. City, siege. You're not meant to be on shift. What's your roll number?
Ooh. Okay, this is a question that I, out of character, don't know within the world of 40k.
No, you don't.
Is this something that
No, you don't.
Paul might know?
No.
Cool.
Is the Vox open, and is it something that Gerhardt would know?
I mean, again, honesty policy. Would none of your characters have ever, to me, shown any interest in the internal workings of the administratum and how they tally civilians and how they divvy up the workforce and all the rest? None of that sounds interesting from my point of view to your characters. If you're going to tell me different, then that's fine. But I don't feel like this is the kind of thing you'd just be like, I know this number.
No.
But whether the Vox speed's open or not, it would be up to Simon.
Oh, he would have left the Vox.
I don't think he would know it from my character's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, because I don't know as much about the 40k universe, that's where I've opened that last little slither. It's like, is there something Gerhardt would know as an Astartes that I, James, don't know? If that's the case, then cool, yeah. Then I completely agree. This is something I have no idea. James and Gerhardt knows no idea what the fuck is going on right now. So I am role-playing this to about as hard as I can role-play it.
And if you turn around and said Gerhardt is a staunch advocate of inner workings of administratum, then fine, like we can role play that. That's not what he's ever come across as to his
I can't
mate.
do that.
Gents actively hates the
I can't do that.
Gents hates the administratum. That's true.
Actively hates.
No.
Would hear
Gerhardt's a weapon. He's a weapon with direction.
He is. And what a weapon he is.
Paul, just keep them a second. I'll be there to help in a minute. I'm just quite a bit far back.
Right.
So you've been stopped by the this guard. Like, hang on, aren't you meant to be on shift? What's your roll number?
I've been assigned. I've just arrived. I've been given these overalls and I'm starving. I've been assigned to Hat Block Kappa 9, which is
one of the places that I know.
Mm-hmm. He says he's just... When was the last ship in? About 2 weeks ago? You've just arrived.
Fuck. I would have thought I thought they would have been more frequent than that, considering the number of people that are being delivered. Yeah.
Gerhardt in your vox he goes, time is relative.
Simon's head was just like, no idea.
Paul would just say, time. I guess time is is irrelevant. Relative. Yes,
Relative.
The guard just looks over. He's like, I think this guy's lost it.
That's what I'm going for.
Are you? Where are you meant to be?
Just... I guess... Block 9, if not here. I've not had... Sorry. I haven't had food for so long. I must have been in a daze. I'll head back. Do my toil.
And then he'll probably say something that sounds quite pious, because he's obviously in this appearance
shaved head,
like one
yeah.
of the Enochians. Yeah, Enochian. For only through toil are we going to be absolved of our sins.
The guard is looking at you. His face softens a bit at this. It's been hard on all of us. It has. It's been hard on all of us. Take this. And he hands over a can, which you immediately recognize as a ration.
Ooh.
Hey. It's a good guard. Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we just find empathy?
In 40K?
In the 40K universe?
It's a nice guy.
He's a guard. He's got
right.
empathy. The further up the chain you go, the less empathy you have.
Oh, that's funny.
You wait. till
The,
you get to
the
arrive.
Archdeacon says hi.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean giving out rations to other people? This is ridiculous. That was designated for you. Yeah, he hands over a tin that's clearly of food rations. Said, look, Toramus, it's been hard on all of
snatched
us,
it
but
quickly.
we need everyone on fighting form, okay? Need to get the manufactorums working. There's a lot of pressure being pushed down on us.
Yeah, yes, the manufactorums. The manufactorums.
And then, like, I suppose Paul sort of kind of looks like a moment of clarity crosses his face.
Mhm.
The manufactorums.
Yes, the recycling plant.
I think I was supposed to help with the recycling plant. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Is that not why I'm here?
Nice.
You're a few days late for that. The team went in to tidy it all up a few days ago. And then, well, you know, whatever happened, and... Were you there?
Where?
Were you part of the team that went in?
I
Play show shocked.
think so. I was supposed to be. Something happened. I lost friends, I think. Where are my friends? Where are the people I'm supposed to be working with?
Are you Are you one of the serfs? Were you helping the cogboys?
Boys. Yes, he says with a question mark inflection.
Nice.
We're gonna have to radio this in. We're gonna have to radio it in. What? Right, get him on the phone. And you see one of the guards. He walks off towards a Voxcaster. Look, sit down there, right? We're gonna call this in. People have gone missing. Are you one of the ones that went missing?
Shit.
I can't remember. I've been wondering for so long. Been so hungry.
And then he remembers the tin in his hands and begins to like open it in front of the guard and starts to like begin to like scoff it.
1 second, James. Argenta, did you say that you were heading over?
Yeah.
You voxed it. Okay. So you'll be pretty much around about there by now, but we'll go to James.
So, can Gerhard, from what he's hearing over the Vox, and I'm staying really close as well. I'm literally shadows. I'm hunting Paul.
Paul is my prey.
Kind of scary.
I am Batman.
I'm Batman. He's my protective prey. Him saying like, were you one of the guard said, are you lost? Are you one of those types? What was the word you exactly said? You said, are you one of the
serfs? So the serfs would be like the people who work underneath the tech adepts and the tech priests. They're kind of like the absolvers have serfs as well. They're like menials, laborers that are associated with factions.
Canaries and coal mines.
Yeah.
Is there any connection Gerhard can make to the missing people that have gone missing, abducted, and thinking that this guy thinks that one of the people who have got that Paul is one of the people who have gone missing have finally come back?
That's
these missing bald people which he is.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, he said that. He asked him if he was one of the missing serfs. Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to do something then.
Tell me all about it.
Gerhard is really close by.
Yeah. Super stealthy.
Okay.
Like the wind.
Gerhard is. He would like to, behind a pillar, a wall, rubble, plasteel, rockreet, whatever he's behind, you can hear this conversation going on. And Gerhard, he communicates the Astartes broadcaster that's in his helmet. Turns it off, so it's just his voice coming through a muffled helmet, and says to the guard, "Play along, soldier. Look behind you, but do not react." As he very carefully peeks himself out from the light just to show enough of his armor.
So the guard, who's already perplexed by the sight of Paul, hears this muffled noise coming over the rubble in the street. And he turns around and looks and just sees the gleam of white on the pauldron, the red chalice emblazoned there. And he's looking very confused.
Meanwhile, Paul is still sat on the ground where he's been told, scoffing away at this ration tin. In character.
What next? Has he gone out and then just tipped back in again?
No, he Gerhard?
Yeah. You said he leaned
No,
just a little bit out.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So he's trying to not blow his cover, and he goes, "Over here, soldier.
Is that?
I must speak with you."
Tender, just stay here and look after him. I need to. And he like unslings his lasgun and he has it in a more ready position as he carefully treads towards where you are, Gerhard. Who is that? Come out.
I cannot do that. You're speaking with Lieutenant Gerhard of Zolvus chapter. Be silent. Be still. If I wanted you to be dead, you'd be dead already. I mean you no harm.
All right, I'm listening. He can't see you, can he? You've not come out of cover. Yeah, so he's taking.
No, I'm in shadows.
Yeah. So all right. Well, I'm listening, but how can I trust you?
I'm going to out at the corner, like how a sniper would put a mirror to look behind them. I would hand the handle to my Astartes large knife.
Mm-hmm.
Here, take the handle. It is yours. It's a sign of trust. Feel the heft in your hands. You've seen it before.
That knife is going to be so big on this guy.
Yeah, it's like a what are they called? Like a broadsword, size of longer than his arm. Machete. Okay. You're Astartes. I've seen a sword like that before. You better be one of the good ones. Who do you fight for?
Soldier, if I wasn't one of the good ones, would we be having this conversation?
Well, I don't know.
I
Why
fight
would
for the
the
Emperor.
good ones hide from the Emperor's soldiers?
We are undercover. We are trying to find and rout out those, potentially the doomed youth. The one in front of you is an ally of ours, undercover. And you may be potentially blowing his cover.
Simon's got his hand up.
I was going to say,
Uh-huh.
whilst this guard is being distracted by Gerhardt, can Paul take a step inside quietly into the recycling center?
So
You said one of the guards went to go and call this in.
So one
and
of
the
the
remaining guard has now been distracted by Gerhardt.
So one of the guards has gone to the Voxcaster, but the Voxcaster's like, it's not millions of miles away. It's just taking a step away from you. So I mean, you could
But they're
run
both
for
distracted.
it, or you could try and sneak in, sure. But you know, you're not free yet.
No, I know, but I was going to say, like, if they were both distracted, maybe I
They're
could try and do
distracted.
that. But then,
Sure, they're distracted.
then Gerhardt said, "But he's an ally of ours, so maybe, maybe he hangs fire for now." It depends how much of this can Paul hear.
I imagine Gerhardt's specifically trying to be quiet, but he's also got a Vox speed in, so he could be putting this in your ear as well. So that's up to Gerhardt.
Can I make an intelligence check on Gerhardt's behalf to see if I would have left the Vox bead open? Because James didn't think of that.
Sure, go for it. Or you can spend a wrath for a narrative declaration.
I will spend a wrath for a narrative declaration, leaving the Vox bead open.
You leave the Vox bead open, allowing both Argenta and Paul to hear all of this. So, in response to Gerhardt, the guard is going to just say, okay, so let's say I believe you. What do you want? Why are you here? And I'll go to Argenta and say, Argenta, you can very easily come in whenever you want. But the Vox bead is open, so you can hear all this going on from Gerhardt. You wouldn't necessarily hear the responses from the guards, but you're certainly hearing what Gerhardt and Paul are saying. So you can come in whenever you want, is what I'm saying, because you've said you're headed over.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how this conversation goes. Worst case, Shield's gonna go in and just tell them to let him through and follow. If not, she just go in on her own because she'll just be like, "I'm a fucking paladin, let me through."
Sure. So then, yeah, we'll go back to Gerhardt then.
Yeah.
Say that guy. Okay, let's say I believe you. What does this mean? What do you want?
Long story short, if I wanted you to pass this man, I would. I could. There's nothing you could do about it. I'm trying to stay undercover, incognito, while trailing the person you are questioning. The person you are questioning is none other than a Lord Commissar himself. I need you to let him pass. We are undercover, and I am his guard.
He's a commissar. Why is he in a jumpsuit?
Under cover.
He's in disguise.
As am I, and speaking to you from the shadows, soldier.
And you see him? I imagine you can see him. You're hiding, but you're not blind. You can see in his face, give me an insight roll. DN's 3.
Is this the guard that gave Paul his rations?
The rations, yeah.
Oh God, my insight's so ass. Here we go.
You got an
1,
insight of 2,
3.
Oh my God.
Yeah!
Oh, it's the water.
That's not a pass yet. You've got a glory. Or you can wrath it.
Glory?
Glory?
I can't because I didn't fail either.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to throw me a glory just in case I can get it?
Yeah, go for it.
50-50.
Oh, 50-50.
Let's
All right.
I like
Check this out. Check this out. Woo!
Oh!
Woo!
3 5s.
Okay.
The
3-5.
chaos gods shine down upon you. Amazing. So
I'm on a roller coaster here, boys.
you can see in his face, as soon as you mention the word commissar, his whole demeanor changed. There's a certain amount of dread associated with that word, with that name. And it's clear that he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. The only thing that's really stopping him is the fact that he doesn't look like a commissar. So there's a lot of emotions going through this man's face. And he doesn't know where to go. You've got him by the what is it? You've got You got the rope around his. You got the. Oh, fuck! What's the saying? You got the noose around the neck. You just need to pull, kind of thing.
Okay. So Gerhardt would say, the best decision you can make right now, soldier, is discretion, which is what we are trying to convey. If I wanted you dead, you would be so. Simply walk around the corner and you'll see to who you are speaking with. I mean you no harm. We are investigating something deep and something that requires a little bit of nuance. And your silence, here and now, serves the Emperor well.
He tentatively takes a few steps forward, pokes his head around, looking into the shadows, and clearly sees the white armor. Do you have red eyes or do you have green eyes on your lenses? Red, I imagine.
A red, I assume.
Yeah.
There's red? I have no idea. What kind of red? What color is that?
I think it is red. I think you can have different colors, but I imagine absolvers would have red eyes.
Red sounds cool. Red and white is cool.
Yeah. There's clearly an absolver standing there, and he doesn't even respond verbally to this. He just kind of pokes his head round, walks back over and says, Tender, I think it's time for our break. Should we go for a little walk? And the guard's face is just puzzled. He's on the Vox caster. He's been dialing in the numbers, trying to get through to someone. He's like, what? What? No, come on, let's I need a break. Let's have a minute. And you see them head down the street.
Argent walks past them and just gives them a nod while she's holding a bin bag with the commissar's clothes in it.
The peaked cap is just like pointing out of the bin bag. It's just like, and they see you just walk past. Don't even look at you. They don't give eye contact. I was like, nope, not dealing with this right now.
Way above
I don't
my
get
pay
paid
grade.
for this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. The street is
Gerhardt
fairly
goes,
empty.
Clear.
Paul gets up, wipes his mouth against the jumpsuit sleeve, nods in his direction, and walks in.
Gerhardt slinks around the shadows, following.
Argenta's like 20 meters away. Like, as he goes into the building, she kind of waits just outside, like the door, and is waiting for a signal to come in.
Nice. Let me just do.
She just gives Paul a quick Vox. Canary, what's the status?
Oh, the temptation to say that Paul just whistles in return in a songbird-like manner. He says, but actually would reply, puts a finger to his ear and says, guards have been dealt with. I'm heading in. Let's see what we can find.
Excellent performance. I was once a great Vox actor known as Daniel Gay Lewis. Yeah. you could give him a run for your money.
That's mighty. That's kind of you to say this.
I once heard he played a
Tea
shooter.
time.
I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted.
Nice. Okay. You all regroup.
By the way, Tom,
Yes.
this little map you pulled together, the edge, I don't want to take much time up. This is great. This is a nice mood light in here.
Oh, thank you.
That's cool.
I can't claim
That's very
any. I did not build this. This is just one that I've.
But it was a good decision choice. I do the
thank
same.
you.
I don't build most of my maps, but the artistic choice to use it is.
Thank you.
That's what I appreciate.
Hopefully, you'll like the next one. But yes, you all regroup. You are stood outside the recycling plant. You have cleared the street, and you have access to enter. The entrance to the recycler plant, it yawns open like a broken jaw. Even before you cross the threshold, the air changes once again to a thick, sour, metallic tang. Inside, the temperature is cool in comparison to the normal sweltering heat of the manufactorum. This is a large facility that is definitely not working. The towering heaps of half-processed plastic, scrap metal, and shattered hab furnishings, they rise up in the center of the room like funeral cairns. The piles, they gently shift occasionally with unsettling creaks. Aside from that, the silence within the room is almost eerie. Slightly wrong, you know, recycler plants, they should roar with conveyor belts, shredders, compactor pistons, breaking down all of the material to be used as new building blocks for creation. You hear a gust of wind bringing fresh air up through the metal grating in the floor. And within the room itself, you'd hear the shuffling, stomping of mechanical feet.
Lidless.
Can't see it, yeah. But yeah, that's kind of what you see when you first enter. There's large machinery sat idle in the area, conveyor belts moving to and from, taking them to various different facilities. Again, not moving. There's control panels at the side, console units, that kind of things. But is there anything you are specifically looking to do?
Is the assumption that Paul more than likely see, like, we all see this, but Paul sees this firsthand, right? And myself and Agenta are seeing that slightly from a distance.
Staggeredly.
Oh, so if you guys
So
haven't
it'd
walked
be like
in?
Paul, Gerhard. No. So we're going. So I'm maintaining my stealthiness
Sure.
around Paul until I need not to be, and I'm assuming Agenta is maintaining her range. So the way I'm imagining it is Paul would be seeing all this first, with Gerhard scouting behind him, around him, following Paul, and then Agenta would be seeing things from a further distance.
From the doorway, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that's how you're going and you're still having that staggered approach, definitely it's something that Paul would have seen. Paul would have seen this. If Paul described that to you, then sure, you'd have seen that. Otherwise, it's a building. Cool. If the door opens, you can see part way into the building.
Because right now Gerhard's still in fucking secretive mode.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think, for better or for worse, at the sound of the oncoming mechanical footsteps, Paul might call out in his weakened voice, as he has done similarly before in the other manufactorums, saying,
Please, is there food?
etc. going on with this little guise that we have constructed.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you still call out, but are once again met with that empty silence, only broken by the sight of 3 servitors ambling, shuffling through the empty manufactorum. Some of them, one or two of them. I'm God, I can decide. One of them is carrying materials into the pile, separating the concrete from the plastic, from the woods, separating them into their own sections. Another one with a some sort of welding torch type looking attachment on its arm. It is occasionally going backwards and forwards from the metal piles, breaking down the panels from like larger pieces of metal to more easily lifted ones. They are unperturbed. They are unperturbed by your presence, Paul.
Okay,
But
cool. Well,
you see
I
these
guess I'll ignore
servitors.
them. I guess I'll ignore them and walk past them and keep going deeper into the facility. At the at the very least, I will try and see if I can't find any signs of people disappearing. This is, of course, one of the places that we wanted to go to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my objective here is twofold: keep an eye out for people that may have connection with the disappearances and either keep functioning as bait, or as I'm ambling about, look out for signs of struggle.
Sure. Argenta, Gearhart, Paul is very much within the manufactorum now. They're inside the recycler plant. Are you coming in? You staying out? What are you doing?
As a stealthy man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming I'm breaking now what you consider feasible stealth. There's no way I can get myself in without being like now outside of the darkness. I'm now going into the light. There is not really much I can be in within terrain that makes me stealthy now, right? I'm like basically like I'm choosing now to be out. That's what I'm gathering from this.
So you could,
If I'm
for
going to be
example,
going into a place.
if you're crossing a street, you could try and very quickly just sprint across and get into different cover, that kind of stuff. The street's already empty. I've already said that there's nobody really there to view you. But you'd have to break an element of cover to get into the manufactorum, unless, I don't know, you wanted to try and climb on the roof, see if there's windows up there and kind of stare in and do that kind of thing. But if you're...
I'm going to be as scouty as possible. I'm going to take this as far as I can take it. Gerhard is going to go right back to his scout roots. I want to get elevation. I want to get point of view. I want to get overview. I want to keep Paul in my perspective, while also looking at things that Paul can't see while he is too busy in his act. So I'm going to be his bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Via stealth.
Manufacturing plants that I know in meat space tend to have like walkways that go above factory floors, etc.
Yeah. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
find...
Yeah. I'm going to take
Well,
this stealth as far as I can take it.
This is why I asked the question. I wanted to know what you were doing. Have I got...
No, I appreciate the question. I appreciate it. I do.
Have I got an image of a manufacturer?
Have you got an image of a man passing his stealth check? Because I'm that guy.
This is all me, baby. All me. So yeah, it's
So we're being children in the background.
You
ignore
are
us.
being children in the background, breaking the stride. It's this Gothic Baroque architecture that you are used to. It is ingrained in your very soul. This is the standard things that you see within the Imperium. It has high windows. It's quite a tall building. I'm going to say it's around about 3 stories in height. But the way that the area around you is built up, you could climb up rubble. You could try and scale the wall. These are all things that are physically possible for someone like you to be able to do. So if you're...
I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to scale the wall. I'm going to try to find a better point of view. I'm going to try to get height.
Sure.
Giving me perspective. I want 360 perspective from a what you would consider like a cone point of view. So Gerhardt's the cone, and he's looking this way. So he's trying to get that kind of view.
Nice. Yeah, you are an athletic boy climbing up this this type of facility. It is not hard for you. The architecture on the outside creates almost perfect handholds that you can quickly just grab, lift yourself up, using the power of your armor to take you ever higher. And towards the top of the roof, there are glasscrete type sky lanterns. Is that what they're called? Sky roofs, whatever they are. But that would look down into the manufactorum, and within there you see what Paul sees. You can see the conveyor belts. You see these three servitors milling about doing their jobs. You see what he sees.
Little quick fox beat to Paul, just in his ear. I've got a bird's eye view.
Argenta.
Paul would nod. As subtly as he can get away with.
Argenta would be looking down her ocular scope on her bolter. I guess as soon as Paul gets to a point, though, I imagine at some point he starts disappearing behind the machine.
You've sat back again. I didn't hear the end of that.
Oh, sorry. She's looking down her mag scope until he gets out of view. Does he? I assume he like goes out of view at some point behind like machinery and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you're kind of, from my understanding of how you guys have set this up, you're kind of viewing it because you've walked the street with him, so you're staring in from the door essentially, and at some point he's gonna turn a corner and you can no longer see him.
Yep. As soon as he does that, she's going to try her best to walk
Sneak?
quietly. Yes.
Okay, give me a stealth roll. Or a stealth score.
Yeah. Brass tacks. Sneak.
Okay,
I'm
you've got a
fucking
stealth
using
score of 2.
I'm using a wrath.
Go for it.
For her, it's not that bad.
That's
it's not
not
that bad. It could be
That's
better.
a 4.
It
Stealth
is
score of
better.
4. Okay.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Amazing. That's better
So-
than what Paul would achieve with a dice pool of 2.
Watching Gerhardt, well, not watching Gerhardt because he's literally the wind, but trying to emulate what Gerhardt has been doing. You attempt to merge yourself with the shadows as you follow him, as you follow Paul into the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Paul,
Oh, sorry.
You've-
Yes. Yeah.
you've now gone in. You've seen these servitors around. Hit me up with an investigation roll, please.
Oh,
as you're trying
I will
to
do so.
spot things and keep an eye out from all the weird and wonderful stuff.
This might be fishing, but if they're being my
Give me
eyes in the
some fishing.
skies, would I be able to get help with this investigation role if, like, Gerhard occasionally prompts me to look over to your 6 o'clock or your 9 o'clock? I think I can spot something weird.
I'll take a fish
thing.
from Gerhard. What about you, Argenta? Are you fishing for this?
Can I?
Well, you don't get anything from Gerhard because he's not got a bonus to it. He's not got a rating to it.
So
Oh, with Gerhard's
With investigation. Yeah. Well, he's got
no,
he's got 4,
never
but he's
mind.
not got any
He hasn't
any
he
rating
hasn't
against it.
bumped it up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's innate
Never mind.
investigation.
Yeah.
then yes.
Never mind.
Then,
How are you going to help investigate? Similar thing? You got Vox speed?
Yeah. Can I spaff her faith? to
Yes, James.
do a +3 for investigation.
Just a quick amendment to Gerhardt's skill.
Oh.
Could I possibly use perception, being that I am the bird above above Paul's? I'm basically his vision, in a 3-dimensional space. You know, in a 2D world that he lives in.
Do you
Essentially,
want some
could I use perception?
inspiration with your perception as well?
He means awareness. But
He
yeah.
does mean awareness.
I mean
Don't
awareness.
be mean, Tom. You know what he means.
Yeah, sure. You can use your awareness. You are aware of things. You're verbally calling out, saying, "Oh, you know, Paul, check that bit over there. That bit looks a bit different because I've got a
Yeah.
different view of it." So yeah, sure, I'll allow that. So that'll
I've
be
got a singular
+4.
point.
You got 4 points. You got 3 and a 1.
I got 4 points.
You got 4 points in awareness.
Nice. I got a lot of awareness, boys. I got a lot of awareness.
Does he give me a bonus of 4 with that?
So that would give you a bonus of 4 to your investigation.
Amazing.
Oh,
so that
fucking
goes
nice.
dice pool of 8.
I'm your radar. I'm your
You
radar.
are, yeah. We are
Yeah.
working together.
I'm
You're-
seeing
you're
things that you
pointing out
can't.
Something weird,
Yeah.
and I'll go up and investigate it up close.
That's it.
DN5, hit me up.
DN5. Come on. There we go. Roll.
Come on, baby.
Meets beats.
Meets beats.
Nice.
Do I wrath? I'm gonna wrath.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Come on. We've got 5 of them bitches.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna shift for a better result.
Nice.
Perfect.
Okay, so as you're moving through the manufactorum, you're keeping an eye out for anything that could look unusual. You've already had the brief from Aneska about this unusual disappearances, so your head is on a swivel. As you walk through, you can see there are signs of a struggle. You can see it in the footprints of the dust. And these footprints, they end at a metal grate in the side of the wall. The grate itself is around about 1 meter in width. And as you look through it, you can see it leads to a ventilation shaft. With your shift, you can see very faintly along the edge of the grate, there's a definite sign of claw marks slightly curving the metal. And Paul,
Yes.
as you begin to investigate this,
Uh-huh.
you notice that
Get fucked.
very quietly,
You get fucked.
you get fucked hard.
Papa, take that, you suck a bitch.
This is what you get for not wearing your flak jacket.
As the sound of the heavy tread of footsteps has stopped. And as you turn around, you can see the 3 servitors staring at you. Their eyes have shifted to a glossy red.
Lidless or not lidless?
Not lidless, lidded.
Cunt. Okay, Gerhard. Where's Gerhard?
Gerhard, you will have been able to see them shifting up towards Paul. So you have seen them moving towards him.
How close are they to me?
I'm
Close.
Close. Okay.
Well, they're getting close.
So I've got two things I'd like to either do, and whatever, I don't care which one you choose, but whatever you feel like is more appropriate. Either Gerhard would get in the way, or at least interject himself with these red-eyed creatures, or Gerhard, I would like to use his leadership to say, Paul, Paul, the enemies to your left, the servitors, they have the same glow of hatred in their eyes. To at least stop him from being surprised and allowing him to act, using my leadership.
Oh.
Whether I pass it or not. I probably would do that more than anything, I think, than trying to just like interject myself.
Cool.
Being that I'm the eyes.
Yeah. Paul, you are immediately brought out of your
Investigation.
Yeah, your sense of investigation, your focus is now drawn. You hear this, you turn, you see these servitors coming at you. Or coming at you, walking towards you, I should say.
Yeah. So when you say close, are they like 5 meters close?
They are now around about 7 meters? 5. One of them's 5 meters away from you now.
I will look up from
As we enter combat.
my investigation,
Okay.
and I will wait until all 3 are within. Oh no, I get to react first, don't I? I don't need to wait for them. I can just act.
Yes.
Amazing.
Who knows?
I act.
Seize the day.
Was that from... So, what I was trying to warn him was to try get him to act first. Is there anything I can give him to help him act first? That's what I was trying to do anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean, if we're saying I can act, I can act. I've been given the warning. I look up, I see them, and before they get a chance to do something, Paul will do something himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I was hoping for. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, no, like, why wait for them to come to me when I could just step towards them?
You can. And
I take a couple of steps forward.
before we start combat, we enter night session.
You die.
You die, yeah.
Ah!
All right. Okay.
Tom, another thing I did right. My also
What have you done?
My intelligence. It's 3 when it should be. If you look at the numbers, it should be 5.
Oh, you've still got.
Wait for after the session, once the recording is finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've still got that thing. I need to sort that out. Anyway, there you go. So we're gonna start. There you go. That should be fine now. Yeah. So we start next session with
Paul.
3 servitors bearing down on Paul.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
And they are very much lidded. Not the creepy lidless eyes that you saw walking towards you last time.
Right. Well, my first
Very
thing I'm
important
doing
distinction, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, first thing I'm doing, getting a little bit closer, doing shockwave. Getting all three at the same time.
Yeah. Right, we're going to say bye-bye to stream then.
Bye.
Bye, stream.
Bath in.
Goodbye, stream.